going on, guys? Matt Downs with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports here to give you the edge for this Prizepicks board this Saturday evening. Cannot wait to break it down. You guys have been seeming to love this Prizepicks content, so I'll be continuing to do it going forward. Let's go ahead and recap last night's success. We had a ton of it. We went 7 of 8. The night before that, we went 5 of 9, and then the night before that, we went a 5 of 5, just perfect. We've been on fire as of late, so let's go over our picks. If you guys missed the video yesterday, if you're a returning subscriber, then hopefully you took those picks. If you are brand new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about our picks from yesterday. Norman Powell over 29.5 fantasy points. We had Monty Morris under 24 fantasy points. That was the only miss on the evening. Miles Bridges over 31 fantasy points, crushed that. Ended with like 51. John Morant over 41.5 points, rebounds, assists. Cole Anthony over 27.5 fantasy points. That also hit. Biyombo was my overall favorite. He got into some foul trouble, which was scary, but he still easily cleared that mark of 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then our 2 premium picks that we put out, these were like right up there in terms of confidence with Biyombo. So I was, telling my entire Discord to take these. Booker over 42 fantasy points. That was my biggest lock of the evening other than Biyombo. Then Cam Johnson also gave that a high confidence rating, 26 fantasy points. The Phoenix Suns, they're just in a very tight rotation, and they just played way too many minutes. So those were my overall favorite plays. That was my recap. And if you guys haven't signed up for Prizepicks, I don't really know why you're watching this video without entering code using DGF for 100% matchup to $100. It's one of the easiest ways to play daily fantasy sports today. You simply hit the over or under on any certain fantasy projection. And again, that is code DGF, 100 free dollars deposited into your account. But now let's switch over and go over my favorite Prizepicks for this slate. Coming in as my honorable mention is going to be Luka Doncic over 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This overall just is a very low projection for Luka. Luka averages a 37.5 usage rate with Hardaway off the floor. Hardaway is doubtful for this contest. This is up 1.5% from his season average. He also gets a 0.1 fantasy point per minute boost with Hardaway off the floor. Right now, we have him projected at 50 points, rebounds, and assists in a very good matchup versus the Pacers. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Marcus Smart over 22 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of a 4 out of 10. This projection is just simply inaccurate. He has hit the over the past 2 out of 3 games, and the only game he didn't hit the over was due to a blowout. This is a pace-up spot for the Celtics, which definitely benefits Marcus Smart and his style of play. It's also projected to be close and competitive, which means that Marcus Smart should get a full run. We have him projected at 25 fantasy points. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Jaren Jackson under 37 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of a 4.5 out of 10. The Grizzlies are finally fully healthy. Over the past couple weeks, Jaren Jackson has been playing heavy minutes due to Kyle Anderson being sidelined. And Jackson's projection has come up immensely due to the way he's been playing and also because of the minutes he's been receiving. This is a great sell high opportunity. Jackson has also had 2 back-to-back performances where he's put up 6 blocks. It's really hard to imagine he keeps up that production. Not only that, he's playing on the back-to-back, so I wouldn't be surprised if his minutes were limited. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Tyrese Maxey under 16.5 raw points. He has hit the under the past 3 out of 5 games. Seth Curry is technically questionable for this matchup. If he plays, this will eat into Tyrese Maxey's usage. This is a perfect sell high projection because if Seth Curry plays, this line will move. Regardless, the line is just a bit too high for me. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Chris Duarte over 23 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of a 6 out of 10. He is averaging a pretty respectable 1.08 fantasy points per minute without Turner, McConnell, and Brogdon on the court. Not only that, the Pacers have a very thin rotation at guard, so he should see heavy minutes. Duarte has hit the over of 23 fantasy points the past 3 out of 4 contests that weren't blowouts. As long as this game remains competitive, he should easily hit this over. Right now, we have him projected for 29.3 fantasy points. And my overall favorite play for this slate is going to be Porzingis over 31 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of a 7 out of 10. Over the past 4 games, Porzingis has either been involved in a blowout or gotten into foul trouble. And he's still hit the over of 31 the past 2 out of 4 games. Porzingis averages a crazy 1.39 fantasy points per minute with Hardaway out of the lineup. Right now, we have him projected at 39.7 fantasy points, which is well above the 31 projection here on Prizepicks. And that will wrap up my video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course, smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.